All right, let's talk about the high stakes world of pharmaceutical manufacturing. We're talking about a world where a single, invisible microbe can completely derail a multi-million-dollar drug. And in that world, the biggest threats are often the ones you just can't see. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a silent hero that guarantees purity, the zero dead leg valve. So, I want you to picture this: a state of the art pharmaceutical facility. You've got the airlocks, the clean rooms. Literally millions have been invested in keeping everything pure. Now, what do you think is the single most dangerous element in that whole environment? I'll give you a hint. It's not a chemical spill or some big human error. It's probably not what you're thinking. The biggest enemy, believe it or not, it's the water that just stops moving. Stagnation. Yeah, that's the real threat here. A hidden danger just lurking in the very pipes that are supposed to deliver life-saving medicines. And this brings us right to the heart of the problem, this unseen contamination threat that every single facility has to engineer against. We've got a name for these pockets of danger. We call them dead legs. So, what is a dead leg? Well, it's any little section of a piping system where water gets trapped and just sits there. It stagnates, and that creates the absolute perfect breeding ground for all sorts of nasty contaminants. What's really fascinating is watching how our standards on this have evolved over time. I mean, we started with what was called the 6D rule, basically saying a dead leg couldn't be longer than 6 times the pipe's diameter. Okay, better than nothing. Then we got a bit stricter with the 3D rule. But today, under modern CGMP, that's current good manufacturing practices, even that's not going to cut it. The new gold standard is, you guessed it, zero tolerance for stagnation, period. So let's go a little deeper. Let's really dissect a dead leg and figure out why it's so incredibly dangerous. This slide just nails it. I love this quote. A dead leg is where bacteria throw a party. It's a hidden incubator right inside your otherwise pristine stainless steel system. And it's a party you are not invited to. And, the aftermath of that party is, well, it's severe. First, you get biofilm formation. This is where bacteria cling to the pipe walls and build this protective shield that's unbelievably hard to get rid of. Then, when bits of that biofilm break off, you can get endotoxin spikes, releasing these harmful toxins right into your water. And from there, you're looking at a contamination cascade, where one tiny failure point compromises the entire multi-million-dollar system. It's a huge risk. But here's the good news. For every big problem in engineering, there's usually a pretty brilliant solution. And in this case, it's all about a fundamental shift in design, a philosophy that aims for zero stagnation. So the question becomes pretty obvious, right? If the leg itself is the problem, the most effective solution has to be just getting rid of it completely. But how on earth do you do that at the point of use? The answer is this incredible piece of engineering, the zero dead leg valve. This is truly the gold standard for stopping contamination right at the source. So what is this thing exactly? Well, a zero dead leg valve, you might also hear it called a T-pattern or a block valve, is a total game changer. See, instead of sitting at the end of some little branch pipe, its main mechanism is built directly into the main distribution line. And here's where the magic really happens. The point of use is integrated right into the main line. This means the surface of the valve is constantly being swept clean by the turbulent flow of water in the main pipe. And the crucial part? There is literally no space, nowhere, for water to get stuck and stagnate. This is how you achieve true zero stagnation. And, this isn't just a clever piece of hardware. It's a foundational part of ensuring total process integrity in any serious pharmaceutical water system. Let's just compare the designs side by side. It's really night and day. On one hand, you have the old-school T-junction, which just by its nature creates that separate branch, that's your dead leg, where water is guaranteed to stagnate. But on the other hand, the ZDL valve's point of use is totally flush with the main pipe. That guarantees constant flow and completely eliminates that stagnant zone. This table just breaks it down perfectly. I mean, look at the flow geometry. A branch pipe versus a flush design. What about cleaning? A dead leg is an absolute nightmare for your CIP or SIP cycles, your clean in place or steam in place. But the ZDL valve, it's constantly being cleaned by the main flow, and that directly impacts risk. A traditional T-valve is a high-risk breeding ground for biofilm, while the ZDL's risk is pretty much zero, which is why it aligns with modern standards like CGMP and ASME BPE for bioprocessing equipment. So what does all this technical jargon really mean for the bottom line? For a facility? Well, first, it guarantees product safety, helping you meet tough standards like USP 1231 for water systems. It also makes validation and compliance so much simpler for bodies like the FDA or ISPE, mainly because you have way fewer high-risk points to even worry about. And of course, it reduces maintenance by making your cleaning cycles way more efficient. And let's be crystal clear about how high the stakes are here. A single contamination event isn't just about a lost batch of product. It can trigger an FDA 483 warning letter, lead to incredibly costly shutdowns, and end up costing a company millions upon millions in lost revenue and repairs. All of this, the safety, the compliance, the efficiency, has cemented the zero deadleg valve's place as the new gold standard in pharmaceutical water system design. It's not even a debate anymore, really. And this quote just says it all. Adopting this technology isn't just about avoiding a problem. It's the difference between having a system that just scrapes by and survives an audit, and having a system that actually sets the standard for quality and safety. So, I guess the final question is this, and it's for anyone designing or running one of these systems. Is your water system designed just to pass, to get by? Or is it designed to actually lead, to set a benchmark for purity and safety? That's really the choice that the zero deadleg valve represents.